Hello, hello, I'm known from nowhere, and this is Warframe! So I need to switch gears because, calls it? I was planning to do, like, a ton of streaming yesterday, but I kind of reached where I wanted to be in the other game a lot faster. So I'm like, what's a game that never ends? Warframe! Also, I just wanted to do more, Warframe in general. I will also get rid of all that sideways text because I have no clue what it means. Boop, boop. Last time, I don't think there's anyone who ever does sideways text where they're not trying to get away around the filter for some reason. So I'm like, it's always just like a red flag to me. That and other languages. I know it's probably not even something bad, or it's just like a bunch of random words, which then just makes it spam. But also, hello, Bobby, and hello, Godzilla. I'm just moving some stuff. Setting some other junk up, too, real quick. Hitting buttons, adjusting audio, you know, doing the normal things. I need to now figure out, oh, dang, it's late for you then. Well, I'm glad you're able to stop by, even though it's almost midnight for you. I just need to figure out, Then why didn't you just type that, Bobby? Why'd you have to do it sideways text? Last time I saw sideways text, someone was trying to put slurs in. Don't ask me who comes to, like, a little streamer like me, or, like, not even streamer. I wouldn't even call myself that. Just someone on my channel and do that. I don't know. People are just weird and bad. But anyways, the event's still going on, so I can get a ton of loot. I definitely want to do it. You know, it's like when a game has an event going on, you're gonna play the game a lot because who doesn't want 2 times XP, boosted drops, or special drops? Well, how would you describe the text then? Up and down? Spam? This is probably just gonna be one of my longer streams, and also it's early to the stream, so it's one of those YouTube kind of sucks, so it can't buffer fast enough, so if it tells you it's over, it's not over type of streams, which is, ooh, wait, why did I just teleport? Oh, there's a little teleporter there. All right, I thought my game just lagged super hard. Let me turn my audio down a bit there. Perfect. All right, so wait, what the, all right, there we go. I didn't bullet jump for a second. I am, man, I've just been feeling so off this weekend, but I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like you can't always feel good all the time. It's statistically impossible to feel good all the time. But
Come on.
also, Dynamite, hello and welcome. I see you there. I am just playing some, I think, all right, I didn't know where he is, but the bombs I tossed knew where that guy was. I lost sight of him for a second. I'm just doing some casual slaughter, getting some drops. I'm not sure what else to play. I was going through my list of games today, and I was just saying this early the stream, prone to crashing. You just gotta leave and come back. Also, bye, Bobby.
Move and strike.
What's my calls? It's, I always, man, I want YouTube to fix that buffering problem they have. So it's like at the first like 6 minutes, 8 minutes, because the first 6 and 8 minutes don't really get recorded sometimes if it's a long stream, which I'm like, that kind of sucks. I'm like, I feel like there was like a conversation happening, and when I click on old lives, I'm like, oh shoot, this like chunk of time got cut off. That kind of sucks. I'm doing good. That's good. That's good. I like when people are doing good. I like when people are like, there's nothing going on in my life, because I'm like, that's good news. I'm like, no news is good news. Oh, come on. Phone. Click there. There we go. But Warframe's one of those games I want to do more on the channel because it's crossplay. Anyone can pop in and join, or be like, oh yeah, this and the other thing, or it's like, oh man, you want to check my build, or like, yo, your build's whack, or it's like, oh yeah, what do you use? And it's one of those games where I'm like, I can have a little bit more viewer interaction than usual, and it's also just very available. Everyone. Also, it's got its own little like in-game friend system, so it's not like I have to do like a kajillion Steam friends, which is great. God, I hate doing the, man, can I join? Okay, is there a way to invite you without becoming Steam friends? No, friend me on Steam. No. It feels bad every time, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want a kajillion Steam friends, and what's worse, when you have like friends on Steam and they start like getting on games, playing for 10 minutes, getting off, getting back on 10 minutes later, and it's just that, and you got like a few dozen people doing that. It's just like, your friend got on this, your friend got on that, your friend got on this, your friend took a crap, and I'm like, no, Steam, why are you informing me of everywhere they go? You're like, they're like an international criminal, and I'm the FBI. I don't want to know. Anyways, also, no one or anyone else, whenever no one does a Lethal Company stream, you are allowed to spam me with pings in the Discord. Oh. That stream turned into, we had a lot of fun moments, but it was also like some stretches of time, so there was like 5-6 minutes where we're like waiting for like our fourth guy to show up, which I put it in the title. I'm like, yo, it's just big quota and waiting for the fourth to show up, which that's what it was. There was also one moment of that stream where I'm like, yo, I hear music in this pit. I know someone tossed a boombox down there and I want it. And it was like the last run too, and it was like a run to where we were just out of time totally. Where do I need to do the sabotage? I need to drink some water. There was another part of me where I was like, it was either a Warframe stream today or is Bendy in the Ink Machine. And there was a part of me where I'm like, I don't want to do Bendy in the Ink Machine and just like not fear the Ink Demon. Like, what's the point of playing a horror game is to be like scared or at least a little bit stressed or like some anxiety. But I'm like, if you don't feel that, to me, I'm like, I'd rather just wait to play it another day when I feel more stressed or anxious to play the horror game rather than to do it later. You know what I mean? I actually did a Poppy Playtime stream, I think like last week. I did chapter 1 and 2, but I don't own 3 and 4 because I'm broke. And it's not so much like I don't have like any money, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't have any money to like,
a prosecutor is approaching.
Expendable money, basically. You know, when you budget and it's like, oh man, like I gotta like save this money for that and this money for that, or it's like, oh man, there's this game, or it's like, oh, this battle pass, or there's like the backup money used for like situations like, oh man, like I need to get a tank of gas, or it's like, yo, they just added that Fortnite skin, I need it now type situations. Also, I just have it like wish listed, so I'm just kind of like hoping and praying like maybe the summer sale will have Poppy Playtime on sale. I doubt it, but like I'm just waiting for any discounts. Yeah, the only way to not to be broke is to like be what's it call it? A, have like an insane income, or B, Be really good at budgeting. I think I'm B, but I don't have a really good income or at all.
The reactor will have
I mean, like, if
security.
YouTube gave me a
Watch out
nickel
for
for each
enemy
stream,
patrols.
I would have, like, I don't know,
detecting the
$3.
prosecutor. Get ready for a tough fight.
I would really want that $3, though.
That's the reactor.
You know what can
Expose its
$3
power
get you?
and
That's
destroy it.
like half a
Prosecutor
Baconator
appointed.
from Burger
Watch
King,
out
I
for
think.
more.
Maybe with coupons you can get it. I'm just like lagging behind because Warframe's one of those games where you're like flipping and dipping all over the place, and I am lagging behind my my randos. I can't save money for nothing. It's okay. It's one of those things where you got to be self-disciplined. Saving money is like easy, and it's one of those things where it's like you can't succumb to temptation. Like, what's that called? I like streaming My Hero Rumble all the time. Don't worry, this is important for this conversation. But like My Hero Ultra Rumble is a game to where it's a gacha game, and you need to, what's the words I'm looking for? You need to save your tickets for the things you really want versus the things you kind of want. Like, I want every character in the game in like alternate character. But at the same time, if I spend all my tickets rolling for every character that comes into the banner ever, and it's all up to luck, when something comes out that I really want, I won't be able to get it. So it's one of those things where it's like money works the same way. At least it's how I view it. But it's like, sure, I could like go out to eat 7 days a week and then like barely scrape by, or I can budget and make meals by myself, make like a giant pot of like goulash or like anything you can make in mass, mainly pasta, and also you can probably get like a few pounds of hamburger meat too, and like a few dozen eggs, and that would be cheaper than or just as expensive as going out 7 days every meal ever. But you'll also have more food
There's a heavy unit
and
approaching.
better food.
Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested.
And
A juggernaut
what was I talking about? Oh yeah, just budgeting in general. It's one of those things where it's like you have to spend smarter and not more. Moral of the story.
Here is a terminal.
Just like I have to work smarter instead of harder, you gotta spend smarter.
And strike. We have to win this.
Also, pro tip, do not use G2A.
I'm in.
There's no way to report scams when you get scammed, and the website's like, yo, if you get scammed on G2A or any website claiming you can get digital games for cheaper from Steam, they lying to you. They straight up lying. Just wait for the Steam sales. Summer sales? Oh my gosh. There's a game you want, there's a chapter 2, there's a DLC, you just gotta wait. Like me, I've been waiting for chapter 3 to go on sale for Poppy Playtime. I have no clue what happens. I know there's a cat, I know there's a prototype, and I think there's an orphanage, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, and there's like a half a dog doll, and then that's it. Anyway, I can't get a job for more than 3 years, so money I can get, I gotta spend with like good thought beforehand, exactly. But yeah, all money, just spend smarter. Like, there's a lot of people I talk to and a lot of people I know, and oftentimes
To a terminal.
they're like, oh man, my parents just gave me 20 bucks, and I'm like, sweet, you can get that DLC and we can play. And it's like, no, I went to McDonald's, and I'm like, why did you do that? And they're like, I wanted nuggies. And I'm like, you idiot. I'm like, you just gave up like 100 hours of gameplay for
Location reached.
3 minutes of McNuggets, and they're like, it was worth it. I'm like, no, it wasn't. And then it's like them, and it's like, oh man, I wish I could play with you guys, but I don't have that. I'm like, you could have played with us if you didn't get McNuggets. And it's just like, no. Don't be the guy that's like short-term gain McNuggets, all right? Go long-term gain. Spend it on a game that'll occupy you for 10 hours. You know what I hate? The person who's like, oh man, spending money on video games is stupid. It's like, no, that game lasts 100 hours. And if I spend $100 on that game, it's still worth it. Because if you go to your little nightclub, drop 500 and you're there for an hour, I think I got more bang for my buck. Versus you drinking your brains out with a bunch of colorful drinks in a room full of sweaty people versus me in the comfort of my own home, enjoying a good story and or stomping on some people online. Yo, I got like 1,300 V-Bucks and I spent it all in the League of Villains came to Fortnite. It's rough when stuff like that happened. I had the same thing to where I'm like, I had, I think, 2,000 and they added Hatsune Miku and I'm like, I do not care. I dunked money into the game. I'm like, I need Miku. I need all of Hatsune Miku's things. I want to be that little anime girl jumping around that like whips a 90 on somebody. And they're like, yo, Hatsune Miku just drop shotgun me from the top of that build. And I'm like, so worth. So absolutely worth. And I'm not taking it off. Like, I spent too much money. I think I spent like 20 bucks on her. And I'm like, Miku's not coming off. Also, when she first came out, you couldn't put a lot of the skins when they make them now. You can't put the funny sneakers on them. But now I have Hatsune Miku with the Jordans on, and I'm like, every time I look at it, it looks so stupid. But I can't stop laughing. Just like when you see Godzilla with the Jordans on. They just built different. But there's also the same argument to it's like, yo, League of Villains come from My Hero. You just gotta pick your favorite. Like, I got Bakugo and I got All Might. And then I'm like, okay, I don't got money for the League of Villains. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I don't know, I just opened the door. I don't know where that door is. I like how they're out there just like killing off the hordes and I'm just here by the objective, just watching anything that may just come in here. Maybe. Oh, so basically Godzilla, if you didn't know, Fortnite had a collab with My Hero. And so My Hero skins are in Fortnite. So there's like the bad guys and then there's the primary good guys. So you can be Deku from My Hero in Fortnite and you can jump around and be Deku with a shotgun or All Might with a Gatling gun or I don't know, some of the villains like Shigaraki with a jetpack and a handful of grenades. I'm just saying, you get to watch All Might do the gritty. There's something special about that. There's something about making other characters do the gritty, and I hate the gritty. Like, the song that plays, I hate it, but the dance is so stupid. There's something about the gritty that's so stupid that's also kind of entertaining. Because I hated on the gritty for, like, ever. Like, that stupid dance. It was, like, one of those stupid, like, fad dances that everyone did. And then it died, like... It took longer to die. I was going to say a month, but it definitely lasted longer than a month. But it died all the same. Oh, yeah, bro. You literally just missed it. The seasons changed, so Godzilla is no longer in Fortnite. He was a battle pass skin. They'll definitely put out another Godzilla skin now. Like, it'll be an alternate one. But it's like Godzilla with like the pink spines and the blue spines. Or it's the new model for Godzilla in the new movie, basically. It's not like Godzilla 2000 or Godzilla Old Tokyo, man in a rubber suit. It's a new movie, Godzilla. Oh no, that's okay. Fortnite evolved leaps and bounds, new parkour systems. They just added hit scan weapons last
Not
update,
nearby, it will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the
which
fight
was a
and
little
draw it to your
controversial. You know, it sped up the time to kill, but it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? It's whatever. It's Fortnite. You don't take it seriously. If you take Fortnite seriously, don't.
Start up the portal generators to reverse the polarity.
That's one of those things I always did in Fortnite where I'm like, I never ever wanted to take the game seriously. I wanted to do donuts in a car and lean out the window with a machine gun and then just attempt to mow people down. And if I died, I died. That was my whole Fortnite mentality. And I feel like that's the optimal way to enjoy Fortnite. Or other battle royale sometimes is full derp goofing around and just figuring it out. Oh yeah, there's so many funny emotes you can do. The reason why I also don't stream Fortnite though too is all their copyright, like all the funny emotes that I like, what's it called? You can't do them anymore. Like when I'm streaming them, because it's like, oh, you have to turn on streamer mode, and because they're all copyrighted, I can't do anything about it. So it's either I'm doing the funny dance, but there's no like music behind it whatsoever, and I'm like, great, I have an emote. And so I'm only limited to like the Fortnite OG emotes or the non-copyright music, which isn't really a thing. Which sucks. You know, there was this one joke I always make when I play it or I get on, and they have like the Rasputin as a dance. And then like I think a few months later after they added that emote or something, Russia invaded Ukraine. And because they invaded Ukraine and Fortnite has weird political stances sometimes, or they're like, oh man, like this is like slightly controversial, they'll rip items out of the game. There's some items that got ripped out and they'll never ever return because they were controversial, like Will Smith's Men in Black suit skin. Like what was it, Men in Black? It's basically the movie where Will Smith is a space cop for aliens on Earth, and he wears a black suit and he monitors everyone. But because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on stage during the Emmys, and he also got banned for that too from the Emmys. They're never bringing that skin back because Will Smith became controversial. Also, low-key, it ruined his image of just being like a very friendly guy, just in the middle of like a very prestigious award ceremony, storming the stage, not storming, but walking on stage very calmly and then hitting somebody. But anyways, back to the Rasputin. Never gonna get added back where I thought because Russia invaded Ukraine, and I'm like, well, we're never seeing this this emote added back to the item shop. And then I think a few weeks ago they did, and then I was like, hey guys, what's Fortnite trying to say, huh?
This is good.
What is the message they're trying to send? And I can't remember the joke I made. It was something like, yo, I think it was something along the lines of, you know, when they added the Renegade Raider back and there was people like pumping out shorts and videos and they're like, I respect the OG guys. You don't respect the OGs and the prestige of the Renegade Raider, you won't buy it. And then everyone's like, yo, that's just full of crap. You're full of crap. I'm buying Renegade Raider if I want it. In which case, I don't want it because it's a dumb skin. And every 12-year-old loses their mind over Renegade Raider because it's rare, because it's bad, because nobody bought it, so it's rare, which makes it good, but it's still bad.
Well put together, operator.
Don't worry, that sentence made sense. And it summed up the entire reason why Renegade Raider is popular. It was a bad skin that nobody bought, which made it rare, which made it good, but it's only good because it was bad. I want to do these. Bullet jump 150 times. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to spam bullet jump. Have a good day, Bakugo, and I hope you have... Wait, no, not Bakugo, Dynamite. My brain's like, I saw Dynamite and I was talking about My Hero, and then I said Bakugo, and I'm like, ugh. Oh. But yeah, that's all the subjects of Fortnite. Man, I need to figure out what I'm doing next. What else do I need to grind out today? I definitely need water because I'm like sitting here sweating because the heat's kicking on to like the extreme. All right, so what else do I need to shoot in the head? I need to... There's nothing new in the shop. I want to like take a little gander in the shop, see if there's something new, something fancy. Nothing fancy, nothing new. How many days do I have left? I have a week left in this event. And 9 days left for the Valentine's event that I definitely do need to complete at some point. You know, some point in time within the near future. Where is it? Alright, let's go to the big old blue pearl. Blue? You know, I always hate saying the name of this planet because it's like you say Uranus and everyone's like, oh, you mean Uranus? And it's like, no, bro, shut up. Shut up, I'm saying the name of a planet. I'm not saying a part of a human anatomy. Shut up. No one likes that joke. Got tired. That joke needs to be put down. If that joke was a dog, it would be like one of those like 22-year-old dogs that's like blind, deaf, and can't move. Man, I always feel bad for those dogs. They just want to go. All right, Operation Belly of the Beast in Steel Path. So, in Warframe, like, I've been also grinding this game too, like, when I'm not on stream. Because I'm like, I don't want to spam streams, and sometimes you just want to, like, get on a game, play for, like, 20 minutes, and get off. You know what I mean? It's like you get on, do a game, get off. Oh, you only got time for, like, a quick 20 minutes in and out, stop. But, let's do Toxic. I think? No. Wrong element. All right, so what we got to do is basically go up the elevator, and I have to hate my life because I have to go up this elevator 20,000 times in a row, which is just how this event works. And then we get moats, and then who went down? There better be somebody's dog and not a player. I swear to God. If you're queuing up Steel Path, like, also I upgraded this so I get in double drop. So now, instead of like doing this event in the past and I get like, I don't know, like 6, 5, 7 if I was lucky, it's doubled. So I'd get like 10, 14, 15 of the currency. Which is what you want.
Otis has preemptively supplied you with unique air support. You will be able to jump higher. Have fun. Otis fears they have cut power to the elevator. Find ionic charges nearby.
All right, let's put that on.
Going nowhere.
No, I like when they give you the boost mode at the beginning, because sometimes that's not always a boost mode. And what a boost mode basically is you put it on, it recharges the battery, but it also, gives you a speed boost for like 10 seconds, so the elevator goes up faster, so you spend less time in the mission, which is magical, which I love. Because low-key, no one wants to spend like 20,000 years in a mission. you want to go through the mission as fast as humanly possible to get maximum results.
Attack us and we will counter.
Operator, those beacons are set up to summon a sister of Parvos. If we
I really do like Steel Path because Steel Path is also just like, if you don't know what Steel Path is, just think of it like prestige mode,
Go on the offensive.
or like only players who like completed like all the basic requirements of the game. Like you did like 100% of the base game, so you got like New Game Plus with like bonus drop rates and XP, which basically what this is not New Game Plus, but it's like, think of it like MMO New Game Plus. But what's the words I'm looking for? Basically, levels of enemies are tripled, double XP, double loot, and it's amazing. And it's super freaking hard, and you have to have the right setup, and I finally have the right setup on it, and I've been working on it. Like, I think one day I stayed up till like 1 a.m. working on the star chart, which is basically the in-game map, or like mission map, so I can get all the way to this planet to do this event on stream in Steel Path, so it isn't taking a gajillion years, so I could do other things. I did one of my past streams, and it was me doing this over and over and over and over and over again, and just getting mentally farmed the entire time. I will say, like, oftentimes I don't get mentally farmed by like hard bosses to where it's like, oh man, that boss is mentally farming you, and I'm like, bro, I don't care if I die, I'm just gonna re-queue. I saw it bleed blood, I'm gonna make it bleed more blood till it's no more. And then what's-my-calls-its. Okay, but games where they mentally farm you when you have to get a piece of loot, oh my god, I can't stand it. There's a point where I'm like, oh, this is kind of zen, you know, you're kind of sitting here, and then you're like, an hour goes by and you're like, it's okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you know, the RNG isn't with us, and that's okay. It happens, you know, you don't always get the, you know, the god tier loot drop, and then it's like one of those loot drops, it's like, oh man, you're basically looking for a shiny Pokemon or something, it's like, okay, time to stop mucking about, give me the loot drop, give me the shiny. And then you don't get it. You never get it. You know what I want to do? I definitely do want to do another like Pokemon playthrough, but I definitely do want to do Egg Scramble. It's just like an idea I've had. I definitely talked about this in the past, but I just want to like bring it up because I just finished like Gala of Darkness Pokemon randomized, and it's like, man, I really do want to play one of the Switch Pokemon, and then just have people send me a bunch of random eggs, and then I just complete the game like that. So I realized, I was like, did I ever play through Violet? And I'm like, I did play through Pokemon Violet. Which is one of those things where I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I did do that. Man, I'm actually amazed at how many games I've played this past, like, 2024. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because there's a lot of games now where I'm like, man, I should play this game. I don't think I've done that before. And I'm like, wait, no, I did. I want to repeat it, but, like, not again. Not yet. And there's nothing wrong with repeating games on stream. I love repeating games on stream, but there's some games where I'm like, they're not as pleasurable watching the second time.
Don't you tell me you love me.
You know what I should do? I should do BioShock 1 and 2. I did Infinite, but no one really liked Infinite. But I think 1 and 2 have more of an audience, or can get more of an audience versus what's it called?
Now you keep those tickle sticks of yours where I can see them. And maybe this doesn't end with me having to spread you out like a map.
on. Where is this boss? I can't see where it is. Where am I shooting? There we go. God, I freaking hate when people make their energy color white. It's literally just a white void. Blinding freaking light the entire time.
A satisfactory outcome to you.
Move and strike. We have to win this.
Now, this person's using mag, which is a really good choice because I use a bunch of mag on this mission too, which is basically the Warframe that magnetize damage, and magnetized damage is really good against this faction. But also, I don't think they have the correct mod loadout for mag, so they're just kind of not doing the most optimal. Like, they don't have maxed out range, which maybe means they're either don't have the mod to max out the range, or maybe they just went with an alternate build that isn't the same as what I did.
There, Jade's volatile motes can be committed to the sun.
All right, there's 8 volatile motes. I hope there isn't just 8 volatile motes. 10, perfect. Oh, I can live with 10 motes every time I run through this. 10 motes is good. You know those little like jerky sticks, like those little like Slim Jim things? Well, they're like Slim Jims, but they're not Slim Jims. So kind of like off-brand Slim Jims. My brother was like, yo, here's a bunch of these in case you get hungry during stream. And I'm like, yo, that's great. And I woke up late today. Like, I was so absolutely destroyed when I woke up. I woke up at like, I think like 2:50, like 10 minutes before I was supposed to stream today. I think I'm still sick, or there's just something wrong with me. But anyways, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But moral of the story is I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I did all my normal when you wake up stuff, got ready for the stream, and then I was like, oh man, I should eat one of these jerky sticks. And I'm gonna be honest, it ain't sitting good in my gut. My body is not happy. But I'm also thinking maybe it's not happy because I'm also probably most likely sick. But a little sickness never stopped me before, so why is it gonna stop me now? It ain't. Unless if it's like, oh man, my vision's blurring, I can't sit up straight. My words are starting to be slurred. And not as in slurs, but as in slurred, as it's skewed, blurred, or obstructed. Slurred. Or would it be blurred? English is funny. You know, I always like this sentence, and I definitely think you've heard me say this before, but I'm like, English is funny. Like, this sentence right here is kind of open-ended, and it's like, I fought a gorilla with a sword. And then your brain, hearing that sentence, it's like, yo, you fought a gorilla with a sword, as in I possessed the sword, and I fought the gorilla. Or you fought that gorilla barehanded, and the gorilla had the sword. But the sentence never specifies who was in possession of the sword. It just says, I fought a gorilla with a sword. And it's just like one of those sentences where I'm like, that's how you know English is messed up. And it's not a perfect language. Where the... Oh, yes, I'm the one that's running behind.
Let's go on the offensive.
You know, if you're curious about, like, how many buffs do you have? No one. You can look in the top right by my health bar in that array of funny little icons. Where all the buffs I have at any given time. Which is obscene. the frick are these motes? Drop me batteries, you bums. Battery.
Reinforcements arriving via the auxiliary elevator bay. Should Ordis tell them they are going down?
Get this stupid... Oh, I freaking hate these little rays of light. Alright, you die, you die. You know what I love most about this shotgun? So, I'm gonna like give you a quick cliff notes of how damage works a little bit. Or status effects. So status effects is like the chance or wait, what's the word I'm looking for? So there's status effect and status chance. And status chance is calculated kind of weird depending on which gun you're using. But moral of the story is more projectiles equals more opportunities for status chance. As in like a 20% to poison, 20% to burn, which is like every 5th bullet is going to burn or poison, which is really awesome. But Warframe does it a bit differently to where it's like, yo, sniper rifles, big status chance. Machine guns, a little smaller, but you can stack more stacks of status chance if you have enough fire rate or enough status chance to make up for it, which is absolutely kind of busted, but it's more damage over time versus like you going with the critical build, which is fine. And then there's shotguns, which is a bit different than the others. So shotguns are not calculated by blast, but by pellets. So some shotguns shoot more pellets, like there's a double barrel. It shoots 14 pellets per buckshot. But it's a double barrel, so you can click it once, it fires off both rounds, and it's 14 times 2, that's what, 28? And then there's a, let's say you jack the status chance up by 20, so every 5th pellet that boss gets hit by at point blank, they are getting whatever status you have on that weapon. And it is absolutely destructive and amazing, and I love it. But a lot of Warframe players, when they're running a status build, they'll run with a shotgun. And the Warframe devs know this, and so they made a status Warframe. Or any Warframe that revolves around status, they normally like to pair them up with a shotgun. And the Cedo, the weapon I'm using, is a shotgun that fires 7 pellets, but it's got a 40 round clip and it's fully automatic, which is kind of nuts if you think about it with the numbers, now that you know that each pellet counts as an individual opportunity for status chance. And if you're firing a shotgun with a 7 pellet spread with, I don't know, let's say you're firing 10 rounds a second, that's 70 projectiles that all have a chance of status chance. In some statuses in Warframe, they have like a stack limit. Like if you get to 10 for cold, they freeze and you do extra crit damage. But there's others that don't have a limit and they have a timer, in which case you can kind of like abuse that. So if you go with like a full auto shotgun or like a very high fire rate build or status chance, instead of applying like, I don't know, like 15 stacks of fire and watching them burn, you can apply 250 in 2 seconds if you're smart about it. And then it's sometimes like enemies won't die instantly, but it's like 2 seconds dead, 2 seconds dead. But some enemies are resistant to fire, or some bosses just won't burn. But if we're talking about you just like everyday enemy, garden variety, tissue paper soldier walking about, you can incinerate them to death. You can throw them in the blast furnace and absolutely just cook them alive.
If
What do I have on my shotgun, by the way? I want to check this real quick. I haven't checked out my shotgun build in a hot second. I need to definitely change out the arcane. That's just the best one I have at the moment. Yeah, there's room for improvement here. 100% room to improve. But for now, I definitely do want to get this upgraded, get that upgraded, get these two mods upgraded, and I just need to do like not more missions, but I just need to get more resources before I do that. Which is always good. You always want to have like the resources ready before you start like prestiging stuff and making new stuff, and you know, it's always good to be prepared. Let's make another Orkin reactor real quick. I need those. Those are good. You want to play Warframe real quick? Basically, they just make Warframes better. You make a Warframe, their default factory standard specs, kind of bad. Orkin reactor, put a potato on it. I don't know why people start calling them potatoes, but as somebody started calling them potatoes, and it just kind of took like wildfire to Warframe community, and everybody calls the reactors potatoes. So you put a potato in a Warframe, and then they are absolutely amazing. How much time do I have left for that other exterminate mission? I think I have like, I don't know. I know it was an hour, and I know an hour hasn't gone by since the last time I checked. But I think I'm good. Oh my god, that stick of processed meat I ate is not sitting well with me at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that stick of processed meat is something you have like sometimes. That's another thing I want to. Where's that? Check it real quick. How much salt's in one of those things? Does it tell me how much salt's in them? No, it's like 4 grams of protein, 45 calories. Isn't that great? 0 sugar, no calorie snack. Yeah, how much salt did you put in this thing though, huh? Where's the sodium? I don't see the sodium. Gluten-free? Yeah, you made a stick of meat. Of course it's like sugar-free and it's got no gluten. I don't think everyone's ever had a hamburger and they're like, well, I mean, like, hamburgers have gluten because the bread has gluten. I don't think anyone ever had, like, a 16-ounce steak and they're like, oh, is this steak gluten-free? It's like, no. It don't got gluten. I bet you there is somebody out there that's like, I can't eat meat. It has gluten. It's like, are you stupid? Man, I bet you I can find a video of somebody saying that. I feel like you can find a video of anything on the internet. Of anyone saying anything. Just like how you can find articles of people being like, yo, did you know vaccines actually add a chromosome to your DNA? And it actually makes you like, what's it called? Like, I want to say the word. Mentally handicapped. And it's like, no, bro, vaccines don't say that. And it's like one of those things where it's like, there's some things in school that they teach you that is common sense, and I feel like schools should teach common sense. And there was this one thing, and it's like, I had this one friend, and he was like a whole anti-vaxxer, and I was like, yo, you know what? You believe that? That's okay. I don't care. I'm with your belief. But it was like one of those things where they were like trying to gaslight me into being like, I should stop taking the vaccines. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, vaccines isn't something you're like taking like every other day. It's like a one and done. You get them when you're like 5, or like when you're a teenager, or like when you become an adult. And it's like you only get them like 3 or 4 times unless like a plague breaks out, like COVID, in which case you're going to go get the current vaccine for COVID or something, or your flu for the flu season. In which case there's so many strands of the flu. that's just made every other year that it's not even like a big deal anymore. But what I wanted to talk about was herd mentality. So it's probably a term you maybe heard in school, but quick little science lesson. So let's say you got like a whole group of just like animals, bacteria, whatever helps you imagine it better. You got a whole group of just like living organisms, all right? And let's say there's just like some type of like cold, stomach flu, plague, black plague, whatever you want to imagine, all right? And then, or this also works with polio, if that helps, a real world example. So you basically have this disease that affects these animals, polio. I don't know why I'm choosing polio, but I'm choosing polio because polio no longer exists thanks to vaccines. Vaccinations first victim, polio. But yeah, you have a vaccine, all right? And you have a group of very squishy living creatures that are very susceptible to it. And it's either highly contagious or it's highly fatal. And so herd mentality is when you give the majority, and herd immunity only really works, or vaccinations, or I forget the word. I've been saying the word and I forgot it halfway through. Only really works when like 96, like 98% of the people have it, because I haven't really explained it what it was. Man, this is how you know I'd be a crap teacher. Right here. I'm trying to find the correct words. Words are escaping me. There's sometimes words escape me and I hate it so much. So basically, you give the squishy people vaccines, you give it to 96% of them, and then you have the anti-vaxxers. That their way of life is also being like, well, I never gotten polio and I never got the polio vaccine. So there you go. It's all like hogwash. It's like, no, bro. You never got polio because no one you ever met ever had polio. Because everyone else got vaccinated. That's what herd immunity is, where it's like, well, that you missed one cow, but if every other cow is vaccinated against that thing, that one cow you missed won't get sick from that sickness that's spread to it from other cows, because all the other cows can't possibly have it. That's what herd immunity is. So if everyone in the world had a COVID shot and COVID existed and you didn't have a COVID shot, the chance of you getting COVID is like close to 0. Because the chances of you meeting somebody that has COVID that could give you COVID is crazy low. That's what herd immunity is. But it only works when it's like crazy high majority. Not like, oh man, 51% of the people got the vaccines, we can stop. It's like, no, you gotta have like 90, 99, 98, like almost everybody. Mass amounts of people. It was like one of those things where I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna like judge your way of life with the anti-vaxxers, but I'm like, yo, the only reason you never gotten polio is because everyone else gotten polio, and also that it's extinct now thanks to the invention of the vaccine. Why am I not finding any motes? I'm killing guys, none of them are dropping batteries. Are the rest of my teammates killing people? I swear they better be killing people. I'm gonna lose my mind if they're just like chilling on the elevator, just hoping to just get a free ride all the way to the top. All right, this guy's either chilling or his Warframe, he's separate. No, he's just like AFKing with Wisp. I hate you. Please, like, attempt to look busy, bro. Don't be that guy that's just like sitting there that's like, oh man, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to do anything. I'm buffing the team. I'm just standing here. No, come on, get back up there. There we go. I hate when you play PvE games and it's like, I don't mind carrying people. Like sometimes somebody like readies up for a mission and they just weren't quite prepared, and that's okay. It happens. I've done it, you've done it, everyone's done it once or twice in a game to where you jump the gun on a mission type or difficulty to where you weren't quite ready for it, and you're a little bit of a liability. Whether you burnt up lives, resources, or just didn't contribute in any meaningful way, that's okay. It's acknowledging that you didn't do it and being like, you know what, I'm gonna improve for the future, guys. I'm gonna do better. And it's like, I appreciate that mentality. But it's like when you load up into like Death Wish or like Hell Dive or like the highest difficulty possible, and then you just stand there and you just go AFK. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop. Uninstall the game. Go away. No one likes you. You're just a burden to the rest of the team. Like, honestly, if someone message you some hate, and I'm all for one to, it's like, yo, like Call of Duty, scream your heart out, that's your therapy session. But it's like when you're messaging people, like writing down like just negative stuff to people and insults, I'm like, bro, I'm like, that's a whole level different level of hate right there. Like, you were so mad you actually had to go to the text chat and actually start typing that out. But I'm like, yo, if you're AFKing like that and everyone else is playing on like the highest difficulty and they're playing and they're like actively like trying to make the team work and you're sitting there AFK, and I'm not saying sitting there AFK like, oh man, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom, I'm literally about to crap my pants. It's like, okay, I understand that, like I've done that. But it's like bros actively sitting there just, I don't know, watching the entire series of Harry Potter while just getting maximum rewards. Screw you. Legitimately screw you, and all the hate you get is deserved. All right, so I'm not sure if I ever said my goal for this stream, but there is a little buff called Arcane Barrier. So in Warframe, there's two health bars. There's the blue bar and there's the red bar. The red bar's health, the blue bar shields. The shields regenerate and health oftentimes does not regenerate. And what Arcane Barrier does is that when it maxed out, if your shield takes damage, it has a 6% chance to fully recharge with a 6-second cooldown. Which is insane, because if you're playing a character that has like insane shields like Hildren, whose entire health bar is shield, and you have a 6% chance to recharge, I don't know, like 100k shields, which would take a while to recharge, I think. You could potentially have infinite shields. Or just like never die. Or at least be extremely tanky, and it's really great for survivability and really niche and weird builds. There's other mod like this too called Arcane Grace, but I maxed that out a different stream to where every time your health bar takes damage, it starts regenerating like 9% for like 9 seconds or something, which is really awesome too. Like right here, yeah. On health damage, 9% chance for plus 6% health regeneration for 9 seconds.
And no desire or ambition will be able to replace them. Orders will contemplate Jade, while her motes are...
All right, another 3 arcane barriers in the bank.
All done. Orders will warm up the orbiter.
And even if I don't max it out, if I get close to maxing out, that's good enough for me. Fire fashion frame. I love the term fashion frame. Because the game's called Warframe, a lot of players are like endgame's fashion frames, which is basically like recoloring your Warframe, changing out parts, adding like wings, taking away stuff, adding accessories to them, and like highly personalizing your Warframe. It adds a custom charm to it to where no two Warframes look the same. And fashion frame is like when you get really crazy with it, like you start adding wings instead of like making it red. And a lot of Warframe characters, or not characters, players are like, yo, what do you do when you collect everything in the game and you've done everything in the game and you sunk like 2,000 hours in it? It's like,
Stay focused.
the only thing you
There's a
can
heavy
do,
unit approaching.
accessorize. You know, kind of like when you're playing like Animal Crossing and it's like, yo, what do we do now? It's like, well, obviously we get to do whatever we want, which is basically like you just like reorganize the village, plant flowers, grow crops. Like, you know, it's like Minecraft too, to it's like you beat the Ender Dragon. What do you do now? Well, we can embark on architectural, what's the words? Projects to where it's like, yo, let's just make the world's biggest block. Let's make a castle. Let's do this.
You have broken their ranks
Or
and
you
they're
just
on
start
the
like
run.
farming
Another
crops and
successful
just
mission.
being kind of zen, and you just make like 2,000 potatoes just because you can. Because you just kind of enjoy growing stuff in Minecraft. I've done that. I've grown 2,000 potatoes just for the hell of it. You know, what's the best crop in Minecraft? I feel like it has to be the potato. Because you can eat it raw or you can cook it to get more out of it. And then you can also use the poison potatoes for like potion uses. So there's like, I don't want to say 3 uses, because I shouldn't be counting eating it raw versus eating it cooked. But it grows easy, it grows fast, and you can get a lot of it. And it stops you from starving. Oh. Alright, so how many more do I need? Oh, wait. Oh, no, I thought I was at 18. I'm at 9. So I need another 9. I'm just leaning back in my chair. That's why I sound so distant. Oh my god, just stretching. You know what I want to do at some point too with these Warframe streams? I'm hoping at some point there'll be like some people that come by and they're like, yo, I love when you play Warframe. Would you be down to like do this? Or it's like, would you help me do that? And I'm like, yeah, I'd help you do that. I'd help you farm that out. Or it's like, yo, you want to join us on this like relic like binge run? Or it's like, yo, we grinding out a bunch of like random void relics you want in? Or it's like, yo, we doing some railjacks and we need a 4th guy just to like pilot or shoot or do whatever. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm down. Yeah, I should probably keep going
There's a
with.
time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
Where's this notification? I don't see it. Maybe I have to leave the navigation console and then go back in. Nope, there's nothing there. Oh my god, I've already been streaming for an hour. Oh. Right now I'm just like drinking water, scratching still, getting some blood flowing back through my legs. I haven't been at my computer for longer than an hour. I've only been streaming for an hour. Well, I mean, like, I've been at my computer for, like, the previous, like, before I started, like, looking up some, like, current, like, is there any new episodes of this, any new episodes of that, and then, you know, starting stream. Because, you know, you got to know when your stories are back, you know, new chapters, new information. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I just am, though. But you just got to know when your stuff updates. And also game updates and potentially what game I should be playing. Like I said, I was tempted to do Bendy in the Ink Machine. You know, I may just still just do Bendy in the Ink Machine. Just cause. Because the more I'm saying it, the more it sounds like it'd be actually kind of fun to do Bendy in the Ink Machine. Again. You know, I messed up. I could have gotten Bendy's Dark Revival, but I chose to get Yakuza instead. Because I was like, Yakuza's got a lot of good reviews. I want to be a Japanese gangster. But also I realized Yakuza does not have any English in it. Like, they have subtitles, but I was like, I kind of wish they spoke English.
What have you done?
No, every time I play Bendy 2, I always get like faster and faster at playing through Bendy, which kind of sucks because every time I do a Bendy in the Ink Machine stream, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You know when you play a game for the first time, like let's say Legend of Zelda, it's like, wow, that took forever. And it's like, well, it took forever because you didn't know how the puzzles worked. But if you know where to go and where all the puzzle pieces are and how to put them together, the game gets a lot shorter really quick because it's not so much of you running back and forth and trying to like figure out how that thing works. It's you rapidly assembling puzzles. Oh my god, I'm feeling really sick right now. I think I need to run to the bathroom to go be sick. Alright, yeah, I definitely do need to run to the bathroom to be sick real quick. So I'm gonna BRB real quick. BRB bathroom break. Let's give it a good old 7 minutes. And I will be right back. Unfortunately, I gotta go be sick real quick. Actually, do I even BRB? I feel like this is a good stopping point. I'm just gonna go be sick, come back, Bendy in the Ink Machine. So, oh yeah, before I go, just, I stream every day, 3 p.m. Definitely gonna be back again. Discord in the description to let you know if there's anything like sickness stopping me like it should have today. And, if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. If not, please let me know. And, I am very sorry. I didn't realize